A few weeks ago, I tried beating Pokemon Platinum with a randomizer. This time, I'm gonna be challenging myself to beat Pokemon Emerald with May's anime team. I wanted to see what would happen if you tried being a Pokemon Master instead of a Pokemon Coordinator. I got inspired to do this challenge by ER Alpha, so if you haven't already, check him out. Today, we're gonna find out if I can beat Pokemon Emerald with May's anime team. With that being said, let's get right into the rules I'll be implementing on myself. I can only use Pokemon from May's anime team, but of course, HM buddies are allowed. No items in battles, but of course held items and Pokeballs are allowed so I can capture Pokemon. And the game will be in set rules so I wouldn't know what Pokemon will be sent out after beating one. Can I beat Pokemon Emerald with May's anime team? You have to watch until the end to find out. If you guys enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe since it's free, and you guys can always unsubscribe later. Anyways, let's go right into the challenge. After naming myself Mai and jumping out of a truck. Thanks for putting me in the back of the truck.
And why? I've always wondered that. Why the back of the truck?
We head to Route 101 to help out Professor Birch because apparently he cannot handle a small Zigzagoon. I picked up Torchic and proceed to scratch it to death. After that, I head to Route 103. Yeah, I hear that. I'm like, huh?
It's the easiest way back to the overworld without trying to find a freaking portal.
Hey, Kuchiana.
What did you call it?
And I proceed to have my first rival battle with Brandon. Nothing much happens and I destroy his Mudkip by spamming Scratch. After all that, we can finally name our Torchic. I went with Aloe because that's our favorite Gen 3 starter. While heading to Rustboro City, I know it's gonna be a pain in the deal with Roxanne and her rock types, so I decided to grind up a lot. May's team sucks so early game, and you'll see why. In Route 104, we catch a Wurmple, and I named it Peanut because I thought it was pretty cute. We head to Petalburg Woods where we encountered Team Aqua. Oh my god. This wasn't that bad and we were able to knock him out with a couple of embers. After getting out of the woods, we finally made it to Rustboro City. Immediately, I tried facing the gym. That was a really bad idea. What is this? It didn't help that I only had 2 Pokemon and that they're both weak to rock types. Yeah, this was a mistake. I had to grind up. And we try again. And again. And again. Until we failed about 20 times, I lost count. I try again at level 25, which is 10 levels above her ace. And we finally got some decent luck. She sends out her Geodude and I send out Aloe, which I was able to knock out with a couple of embers. For some reason, she has another Geodude. And she used her second potion, which is really good. She isn't able to heal anymore. Once again, I was able to knock it out with a couple of embers. And now she sends out her ace, Nosepass, which is a bane of my existence. I was able to chip away at his health and lower his accuracy before getting knocked out with Rock Tomb. Now it's time for Peanut to handle it. And here I expected to lose because my only attacking move is Poison Sting. There's no way I was able to knock this guy out with just that move. But then this happened. He gets taken out with poison and I lived with 7 HP, winning us a battle and getting us a stone badge. Miss. Wait. What? No. Miss. Oh my god, I did it.
You did it?
I did
Barely,
it.
wow.
Oh my god, Wurmple, you legend. This is gonna be a long journey. I see Team Aqua up to no good once again. Beat it, chump. Beat it, chump. I have a badge now. We were forced to head to Rustford Tunnels to get Devon's good and help out an old man with his Pico. Which I realized sounds really bad. Why did I write this? And of course, we destroyed the ground with Peanut because he's an absolute beast. After this, we were tasked to give a letter to a complete stranger. That's always a good idea. Before that, we have another rival battle with Brandon. And of course, this battle was extremely easy because of how over-leveled we are. I used Aloe to knock out Slugma with a couple of pecks, and Mudkip shared the same fate. Thank god that was easy, because we needed that after what we just experienced. We asked an old man to help us get to Dukeford Island, and immediately we head for the gym. We beat all the trainers with relative ease. Thank god. And during one of those battles, Peanut evolved into Silcoon, finally an evolution, and soon enough, she'll become a Beautifly. Now it's time for Brawly, which I hope was a lot more forgiving than Roxanne, and luckily for us, it was. He sends out Machop and I send out Peanut for some extra levels, but of course, that didn't happen. So I decided to switch into Aloe. With that, I was able to knock it out with a few pecks. He sends out Meditite, which once again was really easy to take out with a couple of pecks. And he sends out his ace, Makuhita. which once again Aloe f***ing destroys with Peck. Thank God this battle was easy. We now have the Knuckle Badge, and now it's time to deliver that letter. I had to grant a cave where Steven is hiding, and while we're here, Peanut finally evolves into Beautyfly. I'm really happy about this because we finally have a fully evolved Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure this is our only fully evolved Pokemon, so yay! After delivering the letter and talking about becoming champion, I head to Route 109 to battle all the trainers in the area. I feel like I'll need some extra levels for Watson, I don't know why. After all that, we head straight to Slateford City and head straight to the Oceanic Museum. We found out that the area is filled to the brim with Team Aqua members, but they weren't much of a hassle to take out. While we're here, we even got to see Archie, the leader of Team Aqua, and I feel like we'll be seeing him more throughout the journey. We head to Route 110 where we have our infamous rival battle with Brandon. This battle is known for being hard, so let's hope for the best here. And luckily for us, this battle really wasn't that bad because we were pretty over-leveled for this area. He sends out Lombre and I send out Aloe. This wasn't that bad because I was able to take him out with a few pecks. Next he sends out Slugma, which once again wasn't really much of a problem because Pex was able to knock him out. And he sends out his last Pokemon, his ace, Marshtomp. To which I send out Peanut for, which I was able to knock out with a combination of Mega Drain and Tackle, winning me the battle. Yeah, this battle really wasn't that bad, but I'm pretty sure things would be different if I wasn't so overleveled. After all that, we made it to Mauville City, where our next gym is gonna be. Here we have a rival battle with Wally. What level is he? Oh, level 16.
Oh wow, he actually hasn't evolved. Oh, and bye.
He's one shot. And now we don't. We immediately try facing the gym, and all the gym trainers were pretty easy. Fighting types only. Arsene! Oh, Arsene! Our last challenge is Watson, and this is gonna be a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I had to do some grinding, and even after all that, it took us a couple of tries to beat him. I was starting to lose hope, but then we got the battle we needed. He sends out Voltorb and I send out Peanut, and luckily for me, I was able to knock it out with a crit, which makes it a lot easier to win this battle. He sends out Electrike, which I was able to absolutely destroy with a couple of Mega Drains. He sends out Magneton, which knocks me out, but of course that doesn't change the fact that he did so much for me during this battle. I send out my last Pokemon, Aloe, and at this point I honestly thought I'd lost this battle already. I was able to knock it out with a couple of Embers, and now it's time for his ace, Manectric, who I've been afraid of this entire time. Here, I kept spamming Ember hoping for the best, and surprisingly I actually lived an attack from him, which is really crazy because that never happened to me in my previous attempts. I was able to use one quick attack and finally I won this battle, getting us a Dynamo badge. Holy man, I didn't think Peanut would do so much during this battle, but I was completely wrong for assuming that. I head to Route 111 where we're gonna be getting a third Pokemon, Skitty. After catching it, I named it Skittles, because I thought it was cute, and I'm basic. After that, I explored to Route 113, which honestly, the music is a banger here. While we're here, I did some grinding because I know for a fact I'm gonna need some extra levels for Flannery.
Give you something, or some, I don't know. Wait, there's a Pokeball there.
That's not a Pokeball.
Oh, it looked like one.
I made it to Flower Town, which fun fact, Wally used to live at. And now it's time for us to head to Meteor Falls. While we're here, we see Team Magma for the first time, causing trouble to Professor Cosmos. Luckily, we didn't need to battle anyone, but we were informed that we need to head to Mount Chimney, so that's our next stop. While we're here, we see Team Magma. We beat the grunts with relative ease, and now it's time to face Maxie. This battle took really long to beat, so please bear with me. Let's just say Skittles was a big MVP for this battle. One of the scariest Pokemon that I've fought at this point is Camerupt, which is a massive pain to take out. I had to do some extra stuff like putting him to sleep, doing some chip damage, just to knock him out. But luckily for us, Skittles was able to knock it out. The mad lad actually put him to sleep and slapped him silly. Thankfully it knocked it out. Next he sends out his Mightyena, and when he bit Skittles, he actually started simping for her. So luckily for us, we were able to double slap it to death. What an absolute legend, dude. And then he sends out his last Pokemon, Zubat, which I was able to take out with Aloe using Quick Attack. Holy crap, Skittles is so amazing. While we're heading to Lawbridge Town, we see a grunt acting sus looking at a wall, so we beat him without any problems. There's flying types that aren't birds. You gotta keep that in mind.
Like what?
I don't know, there's just flying types that aren't birds. Drifloon is a flying type. He's not a bird, he's a balloon. That kid's not kids.
It could be a bird.
After that amazing discussion, we decided to face the fire-type gym. Once again, the gym trainers weren't that bad, so I hope I could beat Flannery, you know, I had some confidence. But of course, we get destroyed over and over and over again. What is the only, there's no defining features on this guy. His nose, wag. His lumps, wag. Oh, I actually hit him.
Couldn't mind.
Some stuff that I did to prepare for the battle is grind up of course, and I got some hard skills so I can teach some moves to my Pokemon. Even after all that, it took us so many tries to beat this gym. Her Torkoal was just too much for us. Despite that, we have that one battle we were looking for. She sends out her Numel and I send out my Skittles. So the strategy I've been doing to win this battle is putting her Pokemon to sleep and knocking them out without taking any damage. I know it's pretty scummy, but I gotta do whatever I can to win. I use Secret Power over and over again to knock her out. She sends out her Slugma, which was pretty easy to knock out with a couple of Stings and Secret Power. And then she sends out her next Pokemon, Camerupt, which I was extremely afraid of. She uses Overheat, which almost knocks me out, leaving me at 19 HP, and I once again try using Sync to put her to sleep. After she's asleep, I try using Tail Up to lower her defense, and I sent out Aloe so I could hopefully get her to use her potion. I want to save Skittles for a little bit more after all. I used Rock Tomb to lower her speed, and 2 slashes were able to knock her out. Now it's time for her ace, Torkoal, the Pokemon that's been kicking our ass throughout all my attempts. And of course, this Pokemon takes the longest to beat. I sent in Peanut to use Sunspore so I could paralyze him, and he hits me with Overheat, which, what a surprise, he knocks me out. I sent in Skittles to do some chip damage with Secret Power, and I sent in my last Pokemon, Aloe. I started spamming Rock Tomb like my life depended on it, and thank god it got paralyzed. I was able to knock it out, and thank god the stupid turtle is dead. Beating this one Pokemon took the entire team, but we finally got the Heat Badge, ending this never-lasting nightmare. After that, we talked to Brandon for a bit and he gives us the Go-Go glasses so I could finally head to the desert area and Route 111. Here, I want you to predict what fossil I'm gonna grab in the desert underpass. I'll give you 5 seconds. You fools! I didn't actually grab a fossil. You fell for my trap. I'm sorry. Anyways, I head to Petalburg City so we can finally face our father, Norman. I, of course, immediately tried taking down all the trainers, but terrifyingly, they were actually pretty hard to knock out. Damn. I don't really understand that because I was so overleveled for Flannery's gym and now I need to grind up to face Norman. Oh no. That aside, after all that grinding, it's time to face Norman. Unsurprisingly at all, it took me a couple of tries, but it really wasn't that bad. Let's just say, Peanut is a godsend. He sends out Spinda and I send out Aloe, and I literally could not do any damage to him because of the number of times I hit myself in confusion. I know you guys can't hear the raw recording, but I said some choice words that I'm not proud of. Of course, Aloe gets knocked out with Facade, and I send in Peanut. Thankfully, I was able to knock it out with a couple of Mega Drains, but I was furious at this point. He sends in Vigoroth, which I was able to knock out with a combination of Morning Suns and Mega Drains. After knocking him out, he learned Silver Wind, which is really good. He then sends in his Linoon, which I used Silver Wind on and I got +1 to all my stats. This is really good. I actually have a chance winning this now. I use another Silver Wind knocking it out, and now it's time for his ace, Slacking. And thank god I got a magical crit. Because of that, I was able to get the balance badge.
Hey, wait, roll the rules. Here, take my money and this badge. Here's your allowance for the month.
Thanks, Dad. After this, I got Surf and made my way to Winona. I explored Route 118 where we see Steven once again. We talked about raising Pokemon or something. I don't know, I just wanted to play the game more. The next route is 119, where the Weather Institute is, and somehow this entire place is inhabited by Team Aqua members and their grunts. How is that even possible? Like, their only Pokemon are Zubats, like, come on dude. What's that? Let's go heal up here.
Okay, hold on,
Let me just... They honestly weren't that bad because of how overleveled I was, so... Yay! Here I meet the Team Aqua admin, Shelly, which was a piece of cake because of Peanut and Silverwind, so let's just skip that. Right outside the institute, we have another rival battle with Brandon. He sends out Lombre and I send out Aloe, which I was able to knock out without any problems. He sends out Slugma, which I was able to destroy with Rock Tomb. And then he sends out his last Pokemon, Marshtomp, which Peanut made easy work of with Mega Drain, winning us the battle. After everything we've dealt with throughout this journey, this was kind of a joke. Just outside of Fortree City, we caught a Bulbasaur, and not only that, Aloe evolved into Combuskin, making her a little bit stronger. After catching the Bulbasaur, we named it Bun, making that the final Pokemon we'll have on our team. As you guys can tell from my team right now, we have a few Pokemon weak to flying types. A few. So I'm gonna have to do some grinding before heading in there. Once again, all the gym trainers weren't that bad, and in no time we faced Winona. I was kinda scared because we don't have a definitive answer to this battle, so let's see how this goes. She sends out Swablu and I send out Skittles. I was able to use a few secret powers to knock it out. She sends out Tropius, which Aloe was able to take out with a few embers. She sends out Skarmory, which once again was able to get taken out by a few embers. She sends out Pelipper, which I was able to knock out with a combination of Aloe and Bun, and now it's time for her ace, Altaria. Which was terrifying when she started using Dragon Dance. I started to think that I couldn't win this battle. Luckily for me, she gets paralyzed twice, and I was able to do a bunch of chip damage with Peanut. That was enough for Skittles to knock it out, winning us the battle and getting us a feather badge. This battle was legitimately a team effort. Good job, guys. Before we get to Tate and Liza, we have a lot of stuff to do regarding Team Aqua and Team Magma. I had to Mount Prior to do some story related stuff, and of course, the music in this area is amazing. I love it. I see Team Aqua once again, and they weren't that much of a threat, so we just sweeped them. I beat all the grunts with ease, and we see Archie getting the red orb. Yes, the red orb and not the blue orb. How colorblind are you guys? What? Anyways, we made it to Lilycope City, where we have our final rival battle with Brandon. He sends out his Tropius and I send out Aloe. I did some chip damage to it before he sends in his Marshtomp. I sent in Bun to take care of it with Razor Leaf, and he sends in his Slugma. I sent out Aloe to knock it out with Rock Tomb, and I was able to finally knock out his Tropius with Ember, and then he finally sends out his last Pokemon, Ludicolo. This wasn't much of a problem at all because a few Embers made easy work of it, knocking it out and winning us the battle. After that, we did some shopping before heading to the Jagged Path, where Team Magma's secret hideout is. Surprisingly, the front door entrance just opened up, allowing us to storm the hideout without any problems. I mean, all they have are Zubats and Poochyena, so how hard could this be? I also beat the admin without any problems. I finally faced Maxie, but before that, he uses the blue orb on Groudon, which is always a good idea. I thought this was gonna be easy, but of course I was wrong, and it took me a couple of tries, so not that bad. He sends out Mightyena, which is a really good start for me, and I send out Peanut to do some chip damage. Before I was able to knock it out, he sends out Camerupt, and I use Stun Spores to paralyze it, and of course, he knocks me out with Rock Slide. And yes, I know this is really stupid, but I didn't want Combuskin to have any damage, so I sent in Bun to knock it out with Razor Leaf. But before that, he uses Earthquake, so my HP is really low right now. He sends out Crobat, which I was really afraid of, and he knocks out Bun. I sent in Skittles so I could put it to sleep and do as much damage as I can to him. I used Tail Whip to lower its defense, and with 2 HP in a dream, I was able to knock it out. You guys can see why this battle took me a few tries now. Sent in his Mightyena again, and I used Double Edge to sack up Skittles. Now it's time for Aloe to finish the job. Thank God Ember was able to do that. This battle was really annoying. But now let's head to Stateport City. While we're there, Team Aqua steals a whole ass submarine, which I don't even know how that's possible, but I guess they did. Well, we now know that we have to face Team Aqua again. What a pain. I head to Lilycope City to storm Team Aqua's hideout. Once again, the grunts were pretty easy and the admins weren't any harder, but apparently we were too late and Archie got his preparations ready for Kyogre. But we can worry about that later. I just want some badges, man. For that, we have to head to Mossip City where the next gym is gonna be. Destroy all the gym trainers without any problems, which of course gives me false confidence about the gym leaders. And of course, I get absolutely f***ing destroyed. So of course I did some off-camera grinding, and we're finally ready to destroy these punks. For those who didn't know, this is actually a double battle, so they both sent out Xatu and Clado and I sent out Peanut and Skittles. We get extremely lucky, and when we use Silver Wind on Clado, we were able to get a boost on all our stats, which we will need a lot, and luckily for us, we were able to hit Seeing on Xatu. This is looking extremely good for me right now. I use Giga Drain on Clado to knock it out, and they send in Lunatone. Here I try lowering their defenses, and honestly, I don't think that really mattered. I knocked out Lunatone with another Silver Wind, and again, I get another stat boost. 2 stat boosts in 1 battle. This is really f***ing good. Skittles was able to knock out Xatu with Double Edge, and now it's time for the last Pokemon, Solrock, which I was able to murder with 2 Silver Winds. Thank God this is over. These twins are actually annoying. Despite that, we won the battle and got the Mind Badge. Right outside the gym, we see Team Magma causing chaos once again, so me and Steven have to deal with that. Of course the grunts were jokes, so their encounter this time ended pretty quickly. If they weren't simps, they would have attacked me all at once.
I know, right?
Like, come on. After that, I did some grinding because I feel like I'll need it for the final badge. After using dive, we made it to the Seaform Cavern, where Team Aqua's hideout is. We, of course, stormed the base, and we made it to Archie, and of course, we have a battle with him. He sends out Mariana and I send out Aloe, which I was able to knock out fairly quickly because of overheat. He then sends out Crobat, and I knew he was gonna knock me out fairly quickly, so I did as much chip damage as I can to this weird looking bird. I send out Skittles to knock it out with a couple of returns, and then he sends out his last Pokemon, Sharpedo, which Skittles kills with one return, winning us the battle. Despite all our efforts, he uses the red orb to piss off Kyogre. Blue Pokemon, red orb!
Blue Pokemon, red orb, LMAO.
Because of this huge mistake, everything in 2020 happens all over again and it seems like the road's gonna end. So us, a 10-year-old girl, must do something. So there's a heat wave and there's heavy rain happening, which is basically the Philippines. I don't know why they're overreacting.
Wait a minute, you got a point.
Why am I being booed? I'm right. I had to Zootopolis City to do some story related stuff, and we find out that I have to go to the Sky Pillar to tell their dad and to stop them from all the destruction they're causing. I must say though, for a GBA cutscene, this is pretty good at the time. After that, we head to the gym and of course we get destroyed because of the Kingdra. What a surprise. So of course, we needed to grind up. It took us a couple of tries, but we managed to beat him. But that doesn't change the fact that grinding up is a massive pain. I try again at level 50. He sends out Lobdus and I send out Peanut, which I was able to knock out with Silver Wind. He sends out his Celia, which almost knocks me out with Aurora Beam, but we were able to knock him out with Giga Drain. Then sends out the Pokemon that's been causing us so much trouble, Kingdra. I managed to hit him with the Sun Spores, but in the process, he was able to hit us with Ice Beam. Wanting to save my bun, I know this is really dumb, but I sent out Aloe in hopes to sweep his team. Immediately, I started using Bulk Up, and I used Sky Uppercut to knock it out. He then sends out Crawdon, which once again I was able to knock out with one Sky Uppercut, and then he sends out his last Pokemon, Whiscash, which I was able to knock out with, guess what? One Sky Uppercut. Jesus man, this took way too long than it needed to be. Despite that, we won the battle and we obtained the Rain Badge. Now it's time for our final challenge before the champion, the League 4. Before that, I head to the Victory Road and we have another rival battle with Wally. It wasn't much of importance, so I'll just skim over this. Now it's time for the Victory Road itself. And I got lost, because I didn't want to waste any important moves on Flash, so here's some monsters of me just being lost, I guess. I basically had to power through, but somehow we made it to the League 4. Before going in, this is our team so far, so let's hope for the best. I think we can probably beat it, but it's gonna take us a couple of tries. Anyways, let's get right into it. The first member is the Dark type of League 4, Sydney. He sends out Mariana and I send out Aloe. Instantly, I started using Bulk Up over and over again and I used Brick Break, one-shotting it. He sends out Shift Tree, which I was able to one-shot with one Overheat. He sends out Absol, which once again gets destroyed with one Brick Break, and then he sends out his Crawdons, which somehow survives a Brick Break, but Peanut was able to take care of it with Giga Drain. Then he sends out his last Pokemon, Cacturne, which I was able to kill with one Silver Wind. The first member, down. Next member is the Ghost type League 4, Phoebe. I didn't really have a strategy to this, so I was kinda worried. I sent out Aloe and she sent out Dusclops. I tried psyching off on Bulk Up so I can hopefully do some damage to them. I used Overheat so I can hopefully not trigger her potion, and I was able to finally knock it out with Aerial Ace. She sends out her Bayonet, which I almost knock out, but not quite. Luckily for me, I was able to knock it out with one Psychic from Peanut. She sends out her other Dusclops, which I knew was gonna use Rock Slide, so I sent in Skittles to put it to sleep, and I switched into Bun. Here I try stalling it out with a combination of Bleach Sheet and Sleep Powder, and I know this isn't honorable, but nevertheless, I still did it, and I was able to knock it out with a couple of Razor Leaps. Next is her Bayonet, which I was able to stall out with Leech Seed, and I was able to knock it out with a couple of Razor Leaps. And then it's her last Pokemon, Stabili, which once again I was able to stall out using Leech Seed, winning us a battle and making this our second member, down. Next is the Ice League 4, Glacia, which should be pretty easy. She sends out her Celio and I send out my Aloe. Knowing she doesn't have a water move, I started stacking off on Bulk Up so I can potentially sweep her entire team. And that I did because Brick Break was able to destroy her entire team, winning us a battle and making this a third member, down. Actual dog water.
Stop.
Now it's time for the final Elite 4 member, Drake. Honestly, I'm pretty scared since dragon types are pretty broken, but let's do this. He sends out Shieldon and I send out Bun. I try stalling out with Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, and then I send out Aloe. Because he's asleep, I tried taking advantage of that and I started bulking up until I'm +6. After that, I was able to knock out Shieldon and Flygon with 1 Brick Break, which is really good because I was able to knock out half his team already. Next he sends out Altaria, which was really clutch because I almost get knocked out and I was able to knock him out with Aerial Ace, thankfully. He then sends out Kingdra, which knocks out Aloe, but then I send in Bun. And of course, I use Sleep Powder and Leech Seed to slowly chip away at his health. Before being knocked out, he sends out his Salamence, which once again I was able to cheese. I sent out Peanut to take care of it with a few Psychics, and I get insanely lucky here. Then sends out his last Pokemon, Kingdra, which I was able to knock out with a combination of Bun and Peanut, winning us a battle and making that the final member, down. Now it's time for a final challenge, Wallace. I stepped into the room to challenge him, and I immediately got destroyed. Okay. Whale Lord. Do you have an ice type move, sir? Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god, why is this guy fast? Miss? Why? No, it's gonna be like an anime fight where I live on 1 HP and... Yeah, I'll go.
I don't even know, why would you even send out Combuskin?
That's my only Pokemon left and I'm gonna go grind up.
Yeah, I might need to do some grinding. It took us a couple of tries, but then we got the battle we needed. He sends out Wailord and I send out Bun. I used Sleep Powder and Leech Seed to stall it out, and I used Rachel Leap to bait out a full restore because I really did not want to deal with that. But a couple of Virgil Leaps were able to knock it out. He then sends out his ace, Milotic, which I really am scared of. Luckily for me, I was able to put him to sleep and I was able to wear it down to where Giga Drain thankfully was able to knock it out. Thankfully we were able to knock him out. He's such a pain. He then sends out Tentacruel, and you guys know the procedure. This time sadly it didn't work and I got knocked out with 2 Ice Beams. I sent out Peanut to take care of it with a couple of Psychics, and luckily for me, he misses Toxic. He then sends in Lulicolo, which was a piece of cake for Peanut, and our stats also increased, so nice. He sends out Wishcash, which gets absolutely destroyed with Giga Drain, and then he sends out his last Pokemon, Gyarados. Now, this is really scary because this motherfucker has Dragon Dance. I use Sunsport and he uses Dragon Dance, which, holy crap, once again that's scary. But for some reason he uses Surf, which is special, and I was able to knock it out with a few Psychics, winning us a battle and making us champion. But this isn't our final challenge. Yes, I know we're champion and all, but there's a secret boss that we have to take care of. This is gonna be one of the hardest battles in this game, so let's hope for the best. He sends out Skarmory and I send out Aloe, and I immediately use Bulk Up and Flamethrower to knock it out. He then sends out his Aggron, which was a joke because I was able to use Brick Break to slap him silly. He then sends out his ace, Metagross, which I was able to knock out with 1 Fire Blast. So far so good, we are actually killing it. He sends out Armaldo, which goes down to 2 Flamethrowers. He then sends out Claydol, and I sent in Bun to sacrifice it and Skitty to chip away at it. And now we only have Peanut and Aloe left. Yikes man. I sent in Peanut and thank God we got a stat boost from Silverwind. We really needed that to beat this guy, and because of that we were able to knock it out with 2 Giga Drains, and now it's time for his last Pokemon, Cradily. I did as much damage as I can with Silverwind, but sadly it wasn't enough and I got knocked out with Agent Power. Now it's all up to Aloe to finish this guy off, and with 1 Brick Break, we won. We became the best trainers in the Hoenn region, with May's anime team. I didn't think this would be possible, but we managed to do it. This has to be the longest challenge I've ever done, but I had so much fun thinking of different strategies to beat the different gyms. I didn't think Skitty would do much in this challenge, but hey, I was proven wrong. So, is it possible to beat Pokemon Emerald with May's anime team? Yes. I did it firsthand. Will I ever do it again? No, that was such a pain. Next time we're gonna be trying to beat Pokemon X and Y with Clement's anime team. Thanks for a suggestion in the comments down below. So, if you guys have any suggestions, please be sure to comment them down below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.